And hello, a holly jolly happy Thursday. Welcome to a very special Once Upon a Turkey Leg. Hello, hello. This is the first Once Upon a Turkey Leg in a couple of weeks. I just took a sabbatical for a little bit of time and we're back into it, or I'm back into it. Well, we're back into it. I thought it would be very fun and appropriate to have a couple of streams here in late June for halfway to Christmas, because we are halfway to Christmas. So I'm going to be reading a couple of Christmas stories tonight on the stream. And then coming up on Sunday night on Drumsticks After Dark, we will talk about Christmas things. We'll talk about some Disney news relating to what's coming up during the holiday season and other things. Maybe even a Christmas game, Christmas trivia. Tina, hello. And hello to Mandy Adams, also was in here earlier. Welcome in. Merry halfway to Christmas. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful night. I've got Smokey the Bear here getting into the festive season. He's my little Smokey the Bear elf tonight. I wanted to show, this is how little unorganized I've been, just for a couple of minutes before I start reading the stories tonight. Because it is Christmas, I actually found couple of Christmas cards from this past Christmas that I received. I thought I'd show them because it's always fun to receive Christmas cards. And Kay Willoughby, hello, welcome in. Merry halfway to Christmas. We're going to be reading Christmas stories in a couple of minutes, but I'm going to show, these are a couple of Christmas cards that I got this past Christmas. Now this one, I won't show the inside. I'm not going to show the insides of these, but I received this one from my sister and her husband, my sister and my brother-in-law. Joy to the World. It's got a dove on there with the little olive branch, I think that is. Pretty, with the little twinkle stars. Twinkle, twinkle. Starlight. Star bright. So let me put this back into the envelope. I can do that after the stream. Next, I received this actually from Mr. Tennessee Bear and Brenda Pruitt. Tim and Brenda Pruitt. They sent this. On the front it says, "Please enjoy this holiday, Elfie." And then on the inside it says, "Have a picture perfect Christmas." Very, very fun. Oop, I dropped the envelope. That's fine. Then this card I received from the Hitchhiking Bones, who I just saw in Disney earlier this week and last week also. This is from the Hitchhiking Bones. I got, I think it was this year. Oh, actually, this is from Christmas of 2021. This is the card. Fun with Mickey, Minnie, the Sensational Six right there. So, and they sent me their sticker there. Still have, that I haven't put anywhere yet. So those are just a couple of Christmas cards that I got. I've gotten the last couple of years, a couple of Christmases. Um, yeah. So now, without further ado, it is time for a couple of favorite Christmas stories. I just picked a couple, and it's kind of a preview of what will come later on the channel closer to Christmas. So the first story this tonight is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. This is adapted by Rick Bunsen and illustrated by Arcadia. Christmastown, also known as the North Pole, is the wonderful place where Santa Claus lives with Mrs. Claus, all the elves, and the flying reindeer that pull Santa's sleigh every Christmas Eve. Nowadays, Christmastown is a happy place. The elves make toys, the reindeer fly, but in the old days, everyone had to watch out for the abominable monster, excuse me. He was big and furry and hated anything having to do with Christmas. And he liked to eat reindeer. All that started to change when Santa's lead reindeer, Donner, became a papa. "We'll call him Rudolph," said Donner, looking at his new son. Suddenly, Donner and Mrs. Donner saw a bright light. "He's got a shiny red nose," said Donner in surprise. "I'd even say it glows." Oops. Santa came to see the new arrival, but then he saw Rudolph's nose. "Let's hope this glowing stops if Rudolph wants to make the sleigh team," Santa said. "We can't have any shiny noses flying through the air." So the Donners put a little cover on Rudolph's nose. Soon it was time for the new fawns to go to the reindeer games. There they would be inspected by Santa, who would choose the best reindeer for his team. At first Rudolph felt shy, but soon he met a doe named Clarice. "I think you're cute," she told Rudolph. The coach arrived to teach the fawns what they needed to know to be on Santa's team. "First, we'll learn to fly," he told them. You have to get enough speed to get you have to get up enough speed and jump into the wind." Rudolph was so excited about his new friend that he took off with a great whoosh. He soared high over the heads of the reindeer and Santa too. Exactly, Tina. But as all the young reindeer continued to play, the cover popped off Rudolph's nose. It glowed for all to see. At first, the other reindeer were frightened, But soon they began to laugh and call poor Rudolph names. "Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer," they jeered. And the coach said, "Go on home. From now on, you can't join in any reindeer games." Only Clarice didn't laugh at Rudolph. Poor Rudolph wandered off alone. Soon he met an elf who was hiding in the woods. "My name is Hermie," said the elf. "I want to be a dentist, but right now I'm just an elf who doesn't belong." "And I'm a red-nosed reindeer," sighed Rudolph. The pair decided to be friends and to run away together. They hadn't wandered far when they heard the terrible roaring of the abominable snow monster. "It's my nose," said Rudolph. "The monster sees it and is coming after us." Oh no. Rudolph and Hermie were saved by Yukon Cornelius, the greatest prospector in the north. "Jump onto my sled," said Cornelius, "and we'll run like crazy." But no matter how fast they went, the monster stayed close behind. Finally, they were trapped at the water's edge. Cornelius chopped the ice with his axe, and the friends floated safely away. They floated all night and landed on a strange island where they were greeted by a puppet that sprang from a box. "I'm the official sentry of the island of misfit toys," said the puppet. "My name is Charlie, and that's why I'm a misfit toy. No child wants to play with a Charlie in a box." "We want to travel with Santa Claus in his magic sleigh," said a misfit doll. "Otherwise, we'll miss all the fun with the boys and girls when Christmas Day arrives." The friends met an elephant with polka dots, a choo-choo train with square wheels, a water pistol that shot jelly, a bird that swam, a cowboy riding an ostrich, and a boat that couldn't float. "We're misfits too," said Rudolph. "Maybe we could stay here with you." But the king of the island would let them stay for only one night. "This island is for toys alone," he said. "A living creature cannot hide here. But you can help us. When you return to Christmas Town, tell Santa about these homeless toys. I'm sure he can find girls and boys who would be happy with them. A toy is never happy till it's loved by a child." That night, while Hermie and Cornelius slept, Rudolph lay awake. "My nose will only bring my friends more danger," he thought. "I must go off on my own." But as he wandered alone in the snow, Rudolph realized that he couldn't run away from his troubles. Rudolph returned to the mainland and headed for Christmas Town. But first, he had to pass the cave of the abominable monster. As he did, Rudolph heard voices crying, "Help! Help!" Rudolph rushed inside. There were Rudolph's parents and Clarice. They had been searching for Rudolph and had been caught by the monster who was about to devour Clarice. "Put her down!" Rudolph cried, butting the surprised monster with his little antlers. Just then, Hermie and Cornelius pulled up outside the cave. They had followed Rudolph's trail and knew he needed help. "An abominable snow monster will never pass up a pork dinner," said Cornelius. "Hermie, you sit outside the cave and oink like a pig. When the monster comes outside, watch out." Hermie approached the mouth of the cave. "Oink, oink," he called. The monster dropped Clarice and rushed outside. At that moment, Cornelius pushed a giant snowball down on top of him. Splat! Working quickly while the monster was stunned, Hermie used his dentist tools to remove the monster's teeth. Back in Christmas Town, Rudolph told how he and his friends had defeated the abominable snow monster. Everyone realized that misfits have their place too. Rudolph told Santa about the misfit toys. "As soon as the storm lets up, I'll find homes for them," Santa promised. Then the weather elf handed Santa his report. Santa gasped, "The storm won't subside by tonight. I won't be able to fly my I won't be able to see to fly my sleigh." Suddenly, a flash of light caught Santa's eye. "Rudolph," he said, "what a beautiful, wonderful nose. Won't you guide my sleigh tonight?" "I'd be honored to," said Rudolph, putting on his jingle bells. "Okay, Rudolph," said Santa. "First stop is the island of misfit toys. Up, up, and away!" And with Rudolph leading the way, Santa soon found loving homes for all those lovely toys. "Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer," everyone sang. "You'll go down in history." And he did. And that is the end of our first story. That is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Our second story tonight, we'll go right into it, is one of my favorites, A Charlie Brown Christmas by Charles M. Schulz. Christmas time is here, happiness and cheer, fun for all the children call their favorite time of year. A Charlie Brown Christmas is by Charles M. Schulz, based on the animated special. The text was adapted by Tina Gallo, illustrated by Scott Geralds. It's the most magical time of the year. Christmas is coming. The air is crisp and cold. Children are ice skating, and the sound of Christmas carols fills the air. Everyone is in the holiday spirit. Well, almost everyone. I think there must be something wrong with me, Charlie Brown says. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I like getting presents, sending cards, decorating trees, and all that, but I always end up feeling sad. Charlie Brown, you're the only person I know who can take a wonderful season like Christmas and turn it into a problem, Linus says. Maybe Lucy's right. Of all the Charlie Browns in the world, you're the Charlie Browniest. Charlie Brown decides to talk to Lucy. She gives really good advice, and it only costs 5 cents. I just don't understand Christmas, Charlie Brown tells her. Instead of feeling happy, I feel sort of let down. You need to get involved in a real Christmas project, Lucy advises. How would you like to be the director of our Christmas play? Me? A director? Charlie Brown is surprised at the suggestion. He knows nothing about directing, but it sounds exciting. He agrees to meet Lucy at the school auditorium. On his way to the auditorium, Charlie Brown spots his dog Snoopy carrying a box of Christmas ornaments and lights. He watches as Snoopy carefully decorates his doghouse. Snoopy has entered a contest to win money for the best neighborhood Christmas lights and display. My own dog has gone commercial, Charlie Brown groans. I can't stand it. Next, Charlie Brown is stopped by his sister Sally. Will you help me write a letter to Santa Claus, Big Brother? Sally asks. Charlie Brown begins to write down everything Sally says. Dear Santa Claus, Sally starts. How have you been? I have been extra good this year, so I have a long list of presents. But you can make it easy on yourself. Just send money. How about tens and twenties? Charlie Brown sighs. Good grief. When Charlie Brown finally arrives at the auditorium, the cast is waiting for him. Okay, let's have quiet, he announces. Places, everybody. Action. But no one listens to him. Schroeder starts playing his piano, and everyone starts dancing. Nobody cares that Charlie Brown is directing. Nobody cares about the play. They just want to dance. Do 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 do. Do 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 do, bow bow bow, do 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 do, down da down, down da down. Charlie Brown feels even worse than he did before. This Christmas play is all wrong, he moans. Lucy tries to make him feel better. Everyone knows Christmas is just a time of year for people to buy stuff, she says. But Charlie Brown disagrees. This is one play that is going to be different. We need something to set the proper mood. We need a Christmas tree. That's it, Lucy exclaims. We need a Christmas tree. A great big shiny aluminum tree. You go get the tree, Charlie Brown. I'll take Linus with me, Charlie Brown says. The rest of you can practice your lines. Lucy is excited about the Christmas tree. Get the biggest aluminum tree you can find, she orders. Maybe painted pink. When Charlie Brown and Linus arrive at the Christmas tree lot, they are surrounded by fake trees. Some are plastic, some are aluminum, some are painted different colors, and some even have polka dots. Linus knocks on one of the aluminum trees. Do they still make wooden Christmas trees? He wondered out loud. Meanwhile, Charlie Brown is starting to feel sad again. None of these trees feel right to him. Then Charlie Brown sees it, a teeny tiny green tree. He smiles. This little tree seems to need a home, he says. Linus hesitates. I don't know, Charlie Brown. This doesn't seem to fit the modern spirit. But Charlie Brown suddenly feels better than he has in days. We'll decorate it, and it will be just right for our play. Besides, I think it needs me. He picks up the tree. Needles tinkle as they fall off the scrawny tree, making it even scrawnier. Charlie Brown is still smiling when he returns to the auditorium. He gently places the tree down on Schroeder's piano. We're back, he announces. Everyone rushes over to see the tree. They are shocked and disappointed at Charlie Brown's choice. You were supposed to get a good tree, Lucy declares. Can't you even tell a good tree from a poor tree? Everyone agrees. What happens next is worst of all. Everybody starts to laugh at Charlie Brown and the little tree. Even Snoopy. Charlie Brown feels sadder than ever. He turns to Linus. I guess you were right, he says. I shouldn't have picked this little tree. I really don't know what Christmas is all about. He pauses and looks around. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? he cries. To his surprise, it is Linus who answers. Sure, Charlie Brown, I can tell you what Christmas is all about. He walks to the center of the stage and says, Lights, please. Somebody dims the lights in the auditorium and puts a single spotlight on Linus. In a clear voice, Linus begins to speak. And there were shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And the angel of the Lord came upon them and said, Fear not, for behold, I bring you tidings of great joy. For unto you is born this day a Saviour, which is Christ the Lord. And there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying, Glory to God, peace on earth, good will to men. Everyone is quiet as Linus finishes. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown, he says. Charlie Brown picks up his little tree and steps outside. He looks up at the dark sky full of twinkling stars. He finally feels happy deep down inside, the way Christmas is supposed to make you feel. Linus is right, he says to himself. I'm not going to let everyone else's greed spoil my Christmas. I'll take this little tree home and decorate it, and show everyone it really will work in our play. Charlie Brown passes Snoopy's fully decorated doghouse. Snoopy won first prize. He takes a shiny red ornament off the doghouse and hangs it on the little tree. But the ornament is too heavy, and the little tree topples over. Charlie Brown is horrified. I've killed it, he cries. Everything I touch gets ruined. He walks away sadly with his head down, leaving the little tree alone. Hi, Mary. Mary, halfway to Christmas, and happy Thursday. After Charlie Brown leaves, the others find the tree. I never thought it was such a bad little tree, Linus says. He wraps his blanket around the tree's base. It's not bad at all, really. All it needs is a little love. Without saying a word, the other kids begin taking the decorations off of Snoopy's doghouse and putting them on the tree. It doesn't take long for them to transform the little tree into something magical. When Charlie Brown returns a few minutes later, he can scarcely believe his eyes. First, he looks at Snoopy's bare doghouse, then at the beautiful tree. What's going on here? He asks. Then he looks at his friends. Their faces are all shining with joy. Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown, they shout. And before Charlie Brown can say another word, They start to sing Christmas carols. Charlie Brown smiles and starts singing with his friends. He knows it is going to be the best Christmas ever. And that is the end of our second and final story tonight, A Charlie Brown Christmas. So much fun. Well, that concludes the stream for tonight. Thank you everyone for watching, and again, Merry halfway to Christmas. As I said earlier, as a recap, I will be live for a more halfway to Christmas fun on Sunday night at 10 o'clock p.m. for Drumsticks After Dark. And we'll talk Christmas, Disney Christmas news, and other Christmas talking, maybe a trivia game. And so come back and join me. Everyone watching, thank you so much for watching live, whether you're watching live or in the replay. If you are watching in the replay, do me a favor. Let me know in the comments that you were watching, and I'll get back to you as soon as you can. If you're watching and you are not subscribed, consider doing so, and you'll know when I go live or put a video or something like that. So, without further ado, that'll do it for tonight. Have a gobble-tastic night. Take care. And Merry halfway to Christmas.